Hello, welcome back to a new video. Tonight we're looking at a stock that we have not actually looked at on the channel before. It's called Metx. We're going to be looking at this one on the technical charts, and I'm going to be providing a few of my opinions based on these charts as well as to where we could be going in the near future. Now do bear in mind, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you do enjoy this video, do make sure to subscribe as it is massively appreciated, and we are actually coming very close to 13,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for everything so far. Let's keep that growth going. Now, one thing that I also want to remind you of is that we are doing a fundraiser right now for Save the Children. All of the donations do go straight towards Save the Children, so if you can donate anything, you will be making a positive difference to the least fortunate in our world. But yes, this is not financial advice. Do be aware of that, and also be aware of the fact that this stock carries a lot of risk. Now that I've mentioned that though, we're going to jump into this video, and where we're going to start off is on the one-day chart, on the very simple and easy to understand chart as well as that. So the one day for the stock bringing us down by 5.4%. After hours so far is bringing us up by 1.79%, but clearly it is not enough to outdo the drop that we have seen in the day. Now let's have a quick breakdown of how this drop did actually work. So from 9.37, which really was our high of the day, we were at 65 cents, and then we took a big steep tumble down, which took us to our low of the day almost, which was down here at the 55 cent mark. So you will see we had a big steep tumble, and from there we did actually climb back a little bit till about 11:30, where we saw some consolidation in the very low $60 range. Sorry, 60 cent range, I should say. So yeah, from that point you will see we consolidated for a little bit, another big push up which took us to 62, but that didn't really last for very long, and we did start to fall up until this point down here, which was about 3:30, where we did see our second bottom of the day, which was at a very similar level actually to where we were back here. And again from there a bit of a push up, but clearly nowhere near enough to bring us into the green for the day. So a mixed story, but ultimately red on the one day. The past week though is still looking really good for this stock. You will see we are in the green for the past week. Our high in this time period, I would say, was back here. You can see that at our high we were valued at around 73 cents, and we have fallen from that. However, our low was back on Wednesday of last week, and this was down at 41 cents. So it's nice to see that we have climbed back from there. Now in the past month the story is mixed. You will see that from about the 25th, I would say, this stock really did start to climb up and up and up very quickly. We hit highs up here at the 68 cent range, fell back down for a little bit to the 41 cent range like I said, and then we saw this big spike up once again. So good things in the past month, and I am happy to see it. The question though right now is, where are we going to start to level out with this stock? And that's the concept that I want to talk about with you guys in just a moment. But first I do want to give you a rundown of the technical indicators. On the one day we're looking at a moving average figure of 57 cents, which is just below where we are right now at 58 cents. It's not too far off, and it is a one-day moving average, so it does lag a little bit, but not too much, and it has been caught out by this little spike up that we have seen at the very end of session. Now the RSI for this time period is looking at 66, which really is also okay, to be honest. It is a little bit high, but it is still okay, I would say, so I'm happy to see that. Now the trend for the MACD is inevitably bullish because we have had that big run up. Come out to the past 5 day and you will also see that our moving average figure is just above where we are right now. You know, we did have that dip which brought it down, and I didn't really have the time to basically lower to where the actual share price was, so it is going to be a little bit higher, but it's not too bad overall. The trend for the RSI is on 52, which is actually perfect. Bear in mind 50 exactly is neutral, so 52 is where we want to be, and I am happy to see it. And subsequently, because of this flat action relatively, we have seen a relatively flat trend on the MACD. Now the past month is where the data gets interesting. You will clearly see the spike that we have seen and how steep it is, and again right now we are coming down a little bit from there. We are seeing a volume figure today of 210 million, which is compared to Friday's volume, which was all the way at 681 million, and the day prior to that at 488. So the volume figure is still coming down. Again, we do not want to see this. We want volume to come back into the stock if we want to see further moves upwards, because we do also need that buying pressure to, of course, make advances positively in the share price. Anyway, the RSI for this time is on 65. That's not too bad, to be honest. We do possibly want to see this one drop a little bit, but it's also not too bad like I mentioned. It's just a little bit high at 15 points of neutral. Now the trend for the MACD is still looking quite bullish, to be fair. This is a lagging indicator like I said, but we are seeing these two green candles which are bringing us upwards. However, if we look at today, we're seeing a red candle step in, and red candles on the MACD is usually an early sign or an early indication of a bearish trend forming. So again, it is still a mixed story on the 1 month. I think with this stock, it could go either way in the short term. I think what we're looking for now, and I have said this with a lot of these stocks that have seen a big rise up relatively quickly, we are looking to find the floor because we don't really have a level, even in the past month, where we can see a reasonably, similar floor. We have, of course, been higher on this stock in the past 3 months, but that is not necessarily as relevant to where we are right now. I mean, you could argue that we have found a support in the past around the 50-cent range, maybe even a little bit higher. But of course, that was 3 months ago, and this spike up that we are seeing most recently is very steep, very drastic, and it is happening for different reasons. The question is, are people willing to hold this stock, and are people going to be continuing to buy this stock? With this one, I would tread with caution, and when it comes to would I buy it, I think it's not the worst buy in the world, but I definitely would wait for this one to level out a bit. I know that people sometimes say, if I think the stock is not a buy right now, why do I make the video? It's not because I think the stock is not a buy overall. I think there is definitely a swing trade opportunity in there, but I think from where we are right now, it could go either way. It could drop a little bit more. I think that is something that we are likely to see, especially as volume figure does reduce. So I would be waiting on the sidelines just to see this one level out a bit. Again, that could happen tomorrow. We could actually see a positive day tomorrow. But for me, I do like to be a bit more conservative. I like to urge on the side of lower risk. I understand that this is still a very risky stock, but I think, if I was to wait a day or two and wait for this one to level out, yes, I could be losing a little bit of profit if it does move upwards, but I would also be saving myself a bit of loss if it does move downwards. So it depends on how risk tolerant you are, how much risk you want to take on, but please do be aware that the risk is very apparent with this stock. But I think the potential is still here, don't get me wrong, and we could definitely be seeing that trend change come in the next couple of days. It just is about finding that new floor and where that may be. And of course, that will all make itself clear in the next couple of days, so I will be back with a new video for you guys as time goes on. But thank you for watching this one. Now let me tell you about our Discord. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.